guys, it's Nina. So in this video I would like to talk about calorie counting. So as you know, counting calories is a huge part of somebody living with an eating disorder. It's something you constantly do, constantly think about, and is really hard to stop or give up at all. So yeah, in this video I would like to address that. I would like to talk about how I stopped calorie counting and what really convinced me to do so. So yeah, so usually when people calorie count, they want to check that they don't exceed their daily allowance in order to prevent weight gain or just try to maintain their weight. But in people with an eating disorder, counting calories is so much more, because they don't just want to keep track of how much they eat and not even to see whether they reach their daily goal. They really only just want to restrict. They only want to restrict their calories in order to try to either lose more weight or, in some very rare cases, maintain their weight. So a little bit about my background story on calorie counting. For the past year or so, I honestly counted every single thing that I ate. So that means I used a scale to weigh everything that I wanted to eat, and I made sure that it was only a certain amount that wouldn't exceed my my personally set limit, if you will. So yeah, I then calculated all the calories of my meal before I ate it, so I could make sure that even if I ate it all, I would be fine. However, even though it might be normal for some people to weigh some of the things they eat, let's say you want to make oatmeal or you want to bake a cake, then you have to make sure that you want to make sure that you have the right ratio. So then obviously it does make sense to weigh your ingredients. But well, with people with an eating disorder, it's not that, it's just obsessive. It's obsessive because when I counted calories, I weighed bread, I weighed fruit, I weighed fat, if I even used any at all, because I barely consumed any fat at all. But just spreads, like jam or well, I didn't really eat anything else than that. So yeah, it was just really obsessive and not healthy at all. So I couldn't live without the scale. I couldn't eat anything that I hadn't weighed before. I couldn't eat anything where I didn't know how many calories it contained, because I was just afraid that it would be too much and that I would go over my daily allowance and that I would ultimately gain weight. So yeah, so I believe the reason why so many people with an eating disorder weigh their foods and count their calories is simply because they want to have control. They just want to have control over something. And eating is kind of a good grasp on that. It does give you a lot of control, and if you feel like you've done something right, then it gives you a really secure and good feeling. You know that you've done something right and that you can relax and that nothing bad is going to happen because you're in control. So really the scary thought about stopping to calorie count is to lose control, because that's the last thing that you want, right? So for me, nothing could really stop me to count my calories and to weigh my food, except for one thing. And that might sound really surprising to you, but I once had a talk with my brother, and my brother is studying pharmaceutics. I'm not quite sure what the English term is, but it's in the field of medicine. So in his studies, he also studied like the science behind calories, and he told me that calories are just so much more complicated than what we know. They're just so much more than just a number. So it's really not as simple as calories in versus calories out, which is what most people know to be true. They think it's the amount of calories that you eat versus the amount of calories that you actually burn. But that proves to be so not true, as I learned by my brother. There are a lot of other factors that play a big part in how your body is affected by calories, such as the source the calories come from. For example, it's very different if you consume 500 calories in fat and sugars and processed foods, such as, I don't know, fast food, junk food, you know, those fast food chains like McDonald's and Burger King and all these fast food chains, versus if you ate 500 calories of like good carbohydrates like potatoes and rice and whole grain pasta and, I don't know, healthy fats such as avocado or nuts. So that really makes a huge difference in how your body is affected by the calories. Also, food labels. You've probably went to like a fast food restaurant before, right? And before you ordered something, you went online to look up what you want to order in order to check how many calories it contains. Wrong. Don't do that. Don't even try, because whatever it says on the internet is wrong. So there have been several studies that showed that what these fast food labels actually say their foods contain in terms of calories is wrong. It's just wrong. They just found that out of 10, I believe, 9 were inaccurate, and I believe the one fast food chain that got their calorie contents somewhat right, so not even right at all, but just really close to the actual amount, was Subway. So yeah, I mean, that just really made me realize how unnecessary it is to count calories, because chances are you're wrong anyway. So why even bother? Why would you even bother to count calories when you can't even trust like the food labels and what like restaurants say their food contains? It's just so like, why would that even be an option if it's wrong? So that's definitely a huge part of why I stopped counting calories, simply because I felt like I couldn't trust the labels anyway. So I would be like, why even bother? Like, why should I even put the effort in calculating like the amount I eat if it's probably wrong anyway? So yeah, that just didn't make sense to me, so I thought I might as well give it up. So what happened then might be weird to some people, but I just stopped acknowledging the fact that something like calories exist. So I stopped believing in the existence of calories, more or less. That sounds really weird. I mean, obviously I do know that there is such a thing as calories, but when I look at food now, I don't immediately think of the calories that they contain. I think about it as fuel to the body. So I think of it as something that gives me energy, something that nourishes me, and something that keeps me healthy, right? So I don't know, if you stop to think that a thing like calories exist and just think of the benefits of the food that you eat, I think that makes a huge difference in how you approach eating. And I mean, I do know that it is a lot harder to believe than I make it seem, but once you've finally understood that counting calories is really just a waste of time, and once you are truly convinced that food is good for the body and that you need good food in order to be healthy and nourished and get all your nutrients, then it's so much easier. I mean, I now really look forward to eating because I know that it's a chance to do good to my body. So yeah, that's truly great, I feel. So yeah, guys, that's all I want to say for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, maybe you could leave a thumbs up or a nice comment, or just a comment. I mean, I'm very open for criticism. Or even subscribe to my channel. That would be super cool. And yeah, hope to see you in my next video. Bye!